Welcome back, guys. Today's video, we'll be making a custom front bumper for the Volkswagen. One of the main reasons I'm doing it is I want to install a skid plate, and I want the skid plate to tie into the front bumper. I know there's skid plates out there that they make already, but I really do not like that they only mount to the front frame rails, and I know that skid plate's gonna bow and hit the oil pan. The oil pan is aluminum and they are pretty damn weak. There's many people out there that went through 3-4 oil pans, and so I'm gonna install a skid plate on there, make sure we protect it. At the same time, I'm gonna install a little winch on there because you never know, might need one. This is looking good. So this will be the final cut. I'm liking the way this is turning out already. So I have decided to remove this. I'm gonna build my own. So we'll take this off. Alright, so we got this steel bumper off. Original plan was just to cut this off and reuse this mounting bracket, but yeah, we got a big old hole in here. I will cut all this off and weld the backing plate in the back, and that's gonna be our starting point for the bumper. So this is what we have. So I cut out this plate in the back, got it all TIG welded up. Got the plates all installed. Throw the bumper cover back on and start bending some tube. So this is the part I'm not looking forward to. See what we have here. So the plan is to follow the contour of this bumper, and there's going to be multiple complex bends. So I'll be using a tube bender and a tube roller to try to figure this out. I bought this rope fab tube bender, and I've never bent with this thing before, so we're going to be learning and building at the same time. For the steel that we'll be using, this is 1.5 inch by 120 wall H-rue. Since we're not doing anything crazy, it's not a rock crawl, I don't see a point of using DOM. I think it'll be plenty strong for what we're doing. So after many times going back to the tube roller, this is what we got. I made it match the contour of the bumper cover. Only got just this one side. Turned out pretty decent. I'm gonna need to start making a bend here in the actual tube bender. Alright, tube is fresh out of the tube bender. Put a 20-degree bend here, and I kind of goofed and I put a 12-degree bend here. But if you look, I should have made the bend just a tad bit further. But I think the way to remedy is kind of push this in a little bit here and pull this out that way. It makes it seem a little bit more normal. And then still got to bend this part right here. I done goofed. I do not like how this turned out. That bend right there should have been right here. And now it all just looks kind of funky. So, this bar's going in the scrap bin. I'm going to start off with a new fresh tube. Repeat the process. But this time hopefully I'll make the bend in the right spot. These things happen. Alright guys, so after many failed attempts, this is what I got. I ended up cutting here and here and splicing them together. Just got way too many bends in different angles. I just could not figure it out. So I ended up just cutting it, weld it all together, make it smooth so you won't even see the seams. Alright guys, so this is what we have. So I welded the tubes and smoothed it all out. This is what we're working with. So we're making the tube that connects to the mounting plate for the bumper. So we'll throw this in the tube notcher, notch it, and see how it goes. Alright, we got one tube notch. Fits perfectly on both sides. So we're going to duplicate this and then get the front bar welded up. So this is the winch that we'll be using. It's a Harbor Freight winch. So I will be mounting the winch upside down to get it up higher. So it comes with this bracket for the fair lead. I will be mounting it like this. It's going to weld on to the top tube. So this is what we're working with now. I will be adding another tube. Imagine this bar as a tube. We have to get that added to support the winch. So I'm going to run a straight shot like this. And then I will throw another tube from the frame plate connecting to the tube that supports the other side of the winch. This way we're going to strengthen it up and make sure we don't rip the bumper off when we're winching. Oh man, this is starting to look like something now. So I got this bar in right here to support the forces of the winch. Ended up putting this little tube in there. I think it looks pretty cool. So now we'll be throwing another tube from here to the top of this mounting bracket for better support, because I don't think these single tubes on each side is going to handle the weight of the winch. Bumper's going to want to shift side to side, up and down, so we're going to triangulate it. I got these tubes all notched up and tacked in. This triangulation's looking pretty nice. Should be sturdy enough for the winch. Throw the bumper cover back on and start building the bottom side. Yay. After a long time looking at it, my wife and I came up with a nice design. So, we'll have another tube coming down like yay, and then make its way over into that corner. And the same thing here. Now you got to get this tube notched, tack welded, and let's keep rolling, baby. So, that is what we will have. Let me get this tacked in. Alright, so I got more tubes tacked in there, and this is what we got so far. Next up, I gotta build some tubes here. And on the other side, I'll put a slight bend in them so they kind of stick out a little bit. So instead of bending more tube, I will reuse this tube that I messed up. Alright guys, so this is what we got here. I think it ties the bumper in pretty nice. So I'm gonna get that tacked in. Next part, we're gonna put some pod lights up in here. And then I gotta start making little tabs coming off the bottom and the side here for the skid plate. Got the lower pod tacked in. This one was pretty simple. You just tack the bracket to the bumper. Gotta make a bracket that mounts this one to this top tube. And this one will be mounted on this top bolt. So we'll be able to swivel it this way and up and down. Let's get that bracket built. Got the bracket made. Get tacked in something like that. Let's get it tacked. Alright guys, so this is what we got. It's looking pretty good. I gotta throw a few tabs to hold the bumper cover in place, and then throw a few tabs that will be holding the skid plate on the bottom. So guys, this is what we got. Looks like a maze of tubes. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Oh shit. Yeah, so I welded these tabs right here. They will be for the skid plate. And then these tabs right here, they will hold the bumper cover in place so it doesn't flop around. It's time to weld this thing up. Some of it will have to be with MIG. I will try to TIG most of it. So I got the tube bumper all welded up. I did end up welding with MIG, a lot of them. Some of these gaps were not perfect, so I had to squirt gun some more weld in there. But I did end up TIG welding some of them. They did come out semi decent. But yeah, this was a lot of welding to do. There's a lot of pipes, a lot of tubes. Yeah, so just got to clean it up now, and it's ready for paint. Let's get it. Alright, so the bumper has been painted. So I used truck bed liner. Turned out pretty sweet. For primer I used Rust-Oleum Rust Top. Yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. I gotta start throwing the accessories on there and then put it on the car. Alright guys, so I got the bumper installed. I think it turned out pretty damn sweet. So this is what we got. Yeah, the bumper definitely took a lot longer than expected. I do wish I had better tools for tube bending. Only thing left to do is the skid plate. Let's get it.